Hello everyone. Today's topic is about the steps involved in designing and implementing research methods. Now, the first and the foremost step is to identify a problem which is more like a puzzle. That is, it not only lacks in information, but it also lacks in the level of understanding. For example, why do women perform better at work than men, even though they do not work for as many hours as men? Now, there are some factors which might affect a sociologist or a researcher at the time of deciding or finalizing a problem to research. Now, these factors could be his or her personal interests, observations, or experiences. What is already known about a problem and what information does it lack? Are there any social changes or developments? Is there enough funding available? And lastly, is it practical to reach out to the respondents for the said problem? Would it be feasible? Would they be interested? Now, conducting a research has a cost associated with it. This cost can be material cost, that is the cost of pen, paper, or other forms of stationery. It also includes the cost of travel. Besides that, the most important cost is time. The time of researcher or the time of the sociologist that he is going to devote to the research. Now, the next step after identifying a problem is to review the already available evidence. Now, the sociologist basically reviews this evidence in order to clarify the issue. And after clarifying the issue, the sociologist has to convert the idea into hypothesis. And what exactly is a hypothesis? Hypothesis basically determines the relationship between two or more variables, or you can say that it would basically determine the cause and effect relationship of two variables. The third step is to choose the right research method for your research. Out of a plethora of different research methods, the research method should be such that it should give you enough supporting evidence either in the support of the hypothesis or to disprove the hypothesis. To start off a pilot study, a small number of respondents are selected to conduct the research and to assess whether the design of the research is valid and if it needs improvement or not. This basically helps the researcher in saving cost, because at this level, before going big formally, you can easily determine the validity of the research method and design. Now, there are several difficulties in implementing a research strategy. These difficulties could be lack of funding from the sponsors, finding the right sponsor for your research, then reaching out to the right respondents, finding out the right research method for your research. Lastly, there could be difficulty in determining the existing research which is available related to your problem. Now, there are several ethical issues that are also involved when you're conducting a research, and these issues could be specifically related with the welfare of the respondents as well as the researcher. The identity of the respondent doesn't always need to be disclosed. Most of the respondents, they're not comfortable with the fact that their identity is disclosed. Then the participants must not be harmed, whether physically or emotionally. The consent of the participants, because at times it happens that the participants are not comfortable with any part of the research. Like, for instance, they might not be comfortable with any specific question in your questionnaire. So it is always better to not to push your respondents to answer that. Besides that, breach of privacy of the respondents shall be avoided at every possible level. That's about it for today. Hope to see you in our next video. Please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. Thank you.